Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Football Match Day 5 team selection. So let's start with how my team did in Match Day 4, and I'll also be telling you guys what my plans are ahead of Match Day 5. Let's get straight into it. So this was my team in Match Day 4. I think it was I think I'm 80% happy with it. So in goal, I had Skorupski picked up 3 points. That is the only error I made this week. I'm not bringing in Soma from the bench. So I wanted one defender from Inter Milan, one defender from Arsenal for that game between Inter Milan and Arsenal. I thought it was going to be like a 0-0. It was so close to being a 0-0 that particular game. But unfortunately, I gambled on the wrong player. I went for Bastoni and I left Soma on the bench. Both of them on the bench. I brought in Bastoni instead of Soma. And it was the wrong decision. I could have gained an extra 4 points. They're actually 5 because I would have kept Theo Hernandez in the team or something. I would have had 6 extra points. So the 4 from Sommer, the 4 extra points from Sommer, and then the 2 extra points from Theo Hernandez instead of bringing in Bastoni. But Bastoni was benched, surprisingly. That is back-to-back match days where he was benched. I didn't expect that. Maybe I should have looked at the fixture that they had that weekend. They had a big game that weekend. But hey, Skorupski still picked up 3 points. It cannot be perfect across the board. That can definitely not happen. Salib only picked up 2 points. Schotterbeck had 8 points. He's always a great asset also in terms of recovery points. He's on by 16%, 8 points against Sturm Graz. Clean sheet as expected. 1 ball recovery away from 9 points as well. Always a great pick. Midfield, Akiluche 3 points. I mean, for Akiluche, if I had a choice, I wouldn't have had him in an away game against Bologna. They still ended up winning, but I didn't get involved a lot. So only 3 points from him. So listen, these players that are going to cost you 5 million, 4.5 million, you can't expect them to be scoring every single week. As we've seen, he scored in match day 1 and also in match day 3. Match day 3 got an assist. You can't expect him to deliver every single match day. That's just the thing about having cheap assets in the team, unless you really balance it with 7 million players. But if you want to top players, you also have to get players like Akiluche. And the reason I'm going to keep him is because he always plays. So that is great. Lookman got me 8 points. Away at Stuttgart, he actually scored a goal, which was great. Lookman has been a great pick. I brought him in against Shakhtar. He scored against them. He got an assist, and he also scored against Stuttgart. Only disappointment was the one against Atalanta. That was a surprising one, especially considering he went ahead and had like 4 attacking returns that same weekend after he played Celtic. But happy with the 8 points, 48 points scored against Sporting. Happy with the returns there. Rafinha, one of my best picks again this week because he was on my bench. I took out Haaland after he missed the penalty, brought in Rafinha instead of captaining anyone else. I put the captaincy on Rafinha. Could easily have gone for Yamal, but Yamal will come to you. We'll talk about him. But Rafinha has just been incredible again, delivering once again 26 points this match. They scored from outside the box again. Really, really good pick. So Rafinha was my captain, 26 points. Really happy with that. Yamal, 2 points. Now, Yamal is very highly owned. I usually try and have the highly owned player in my team, just in case, if they score, if people have captained him, you're going to lose out on rank a lot. But he's not been delivering. So I would understand if people think about taking him out because he only got an assist against Bayern Munich and didn't have an attack, a return against Young Boys, and he scored against Monaco. So just a goal in 4 games, I don't think that is a good return at all. So yeah, is it 1 goal? Let me just check. Yeah, 1 goal and 1 assist in all of those games against Red Star and the Young Boys and Monaco. I don't think that is a good return. And even considering against Bayern Munich, they scored 4 goals. That is not a good return from Yamal. So, and there's many other picks around that price that are doing really well. I would understand if you think about taking him out. For me, I will decide. I'll see what to do. I think it's still very hard to take him out. Just before a game at home against Brest, he can still deliver, but I don't think he's an explosive asset in the Champions League. Those explosive ones like Sane from a couple of seasons ago where they could have 2 goals and assist. Rafinha this season where it's like goal assist, just expect them goal assist every single day. I don't usually expect Yamal to definitely get a goal, for example, in the Champions League. You just never know. He's more of the assist before the assist and sometimes get the assist. I don't think he's explosive. He might have a game where he scores 2 goals and gets an assist, but I think at the end of the season, you'll find Lewandowski and Rafinha have way more points than him. So that is an interesting one. We talk about him when we started talking about the team selection. Up front, really happy with Gyökeres hat-trick. Now, I was so close to taking out Gyökeres. The only reason I didn't take out Gyökeres is because I had Havertz in the team. Now, having Havertz and Gyökeres, there's a lot of people who had, say, Mbappe, Lewandowski, and Gyökeres, and they're thinking, no, I can't take out Mbappe, I can take out Lewandowski. The only player I can take out is Gyökeres, maybe to bring in a Haaland or someone. If you did that, I am so sorry. For me, I was so close to taking out Gyökeres. I did say in the deadline stream that I think is definitely going to score. I didn't expect a hat trick, but luckily I had Havertz in my team, and I didn't expect Arsenal to score a lot of goals against Inter Milan. So that was an easy decision to take out Havertz and to bring in Guirassy, because I was really considering Guirassy. And had I taken out Gyökeres for Guirassy, that would have been a killer. He got an assist. I expected more against Team Grass. They only picked up a 1-0 win, and Gyökeres went off. He scored a hat trick for Sporting against Man City. He also scored a hat trick recently for Sweden. He's on form. He's selected by 25%. Next game is Arsenal. I still think he probably will score in that game. I don't want him to score, but I still think he probably will score in that game as well. It's just absolutely incredible. 30 plus goals already. That was a huge return, because a lot of people are taking him out for players like Guirassy. I was lucky in terms of that. I consider myself lucky in terms of that. So Guirassy, 5 points, not enough. He was also my captain on the first day. Luckily, change it to Rafinha. So the only thing I regret this week is the Bastoni and Sommer situation. I should have gone for Sommer instead of Bastoni. Could have had 6-7 extra points there, but absolutely fine. Could have been worse. I think the subs worked. Not really, actually. Guirassy 5 points. Maybe could have gone for a different option, but I think that was the correct option. Guirassy up against Grass at home. I don't think there's too much wrong about that. So next up, let's go to what my team is. So that has put me around 1700 in terms of ranking, which I'm happy with for now. I'm trying to get into the top 1,000. I was like around 200, 300 2 match days ago. Got a red arrow in the last match day, but this one I got a green arrow. So I'd gone down to like 2,500. So that is an improvement. Hopefully another big week. If I had players like Wirtz for the last 3 match days, I think I have a lot of big options like Rafinha and a lot of differentials like Lokman and Akiluch and those players. I think it's a good balance. Right now, I don't have a wildcard, I don't have a limitless, so this is the team I have to, maneuver with all the way to match day 8. So match day 5. How is my team looking? So this is my team right now in match day 5. I currently have Sommer playing at home against Leipzig. Sommer and Inter Milan are still not yet considered a goal in the Champions League, which is incredible. Bastoni, once again, is still in my team. If he doesn't start again, then I'd be worried. Maybe they're just considering him for the league games, and then Champions League games, they feel like they can do without him. I'd be worried about that. But they are playing on the first day, so if he doesn't play, I can always take him out. Saliba, next player, up against Sporting. Not the easiest of games. I'm hoping we can get an attacking return from Saliba or recovery points or something. If it's a clean sheet, that would be very surprising. But yes, Saliba up against Sporting. I can take out Saliba because of the upcoming fixtures. So after this one, Arsenal will have Monaco at home, Dinamo Zagreb at home, and Girona away. And I think these games that are coming up, especially if Arsenal don't beat Sporting, those become must wins if they're going to finish in the top 8. Grimaldo against Salzburg, absolutely happy with that. Salzburg are not great in terms of scoring goals. They've not been great in this season's Champions League. And Grimaldo is almost like a striker. Theo Hernandez, he didn't play the last game for France, so not ideal. I don't know if he's going to be okay for that one. Let's wait and see, hopefully. But we'll get to see the team news from AC Milan. As you can see here, Sparta Prague against Atletico Madrid and Slovan against Milan. We'll get to see team news from both of those teams. Midfield-wise, Yamal and Rafinha. So Yamal is not a big problem for me at the moment. If I don't get 2 other problems in this team, I can always take out Yamal. But Yamal at home against Brest, I think that is a great fixture. So let's gamble on him one more time. Rafinha, absolutely no problem with him. Definitely going to be my team. The captaincy is currently on him. Foden against Feyenoord. Feyenoord have been conceding a lot of goals in the Champions League so far, and Foden has been great. By Man City's best player in the Champions League so far. Lokman against Young Boys, again, very good fixture. Totally happy with that. Up front, Gyökeres against Arsenal, and then Haaland against Feyenoord. I'm also happy with that. I was so close to taking out Gyökeres as well, because I was looking at the next 2 fixtures. I was like, okay, Man City against and then Arsenal. Maybe you could get 1 goal in total in those 2 games. I was wrong. He already has 3, and I think it would just be crazy to take out Gyökeres right now. I will just keep him in the team. Let's see how it goes. On the bench, I have players playing on the next day. Skorupski against Lille. Guirassy still in the team against Dinamo Zagreb. Schlotterbeck against Dinamo Zagreb. I don't expect a clean sheet there. Dinamo Zagreb have been scoring goals in every single game. I think they've actually scored 2+ goals in all the games they've played. And then Akiluch against Benfica. I actually don't have too many problems in this team. But the problem is you cannot carry two transfers. So if any injury news pops up, maybe Theo Hernandez doesn't start or something, I might make one change. I don't think I'll make two changes. So you can carry over one transfer. And I think if the team stays like this and there's no injuries over the weekend and the games over the international break are done now, I think I'll keep this team and then just make one transfer and then carry another one for the next match, then have three transfers. So the players I might consider, maybe Atletico Madrid against Sparta Prague, I might consider the likes of Griezmann and Alvarez, Slovan against Milan, Pulisic, a forward player, midfield, maybe Reinders in midfield as well. So let me show you what I could do with this team. So I could, if I take out Akiluche, for example, I can afford to have where's Reinders, Milan. I can afford bringing in Reinders for 5.6 million. So that could happen. But I'm going to be patient up until the Tuesday to make a transfer in case of any other injuries. If Theo Hernandez gets injured, I could bring on another defender, maybe a Gvardiol or someone. So we'll wait and see. I'll wait and see how the fixtures for the weekend go, and then probably make one transfer on Tuesday unless injuries happen. Then I'll make two. But I'm happy to carry over one transfer with 1.6 million. That would be great. Or maybe 1 million around 1 million if I bring in a different player for Akiluche. But that is how my team is looking. That is how my team did in match day 4. Let me know how your team is looking. Let me know, are you happy with the team? Are you playing a limitless? Are you playing a wildcard? The limitless video is already out right now. But I appreciate you guys watching. As always, catch up with you on